Now that I've programmed all the operations for the saw mold, I have one last step to get the code onto the machine: post-processing. To post all the operations in this setup, I'll select the setup name, right-click, and choose Post Process. This opens up the post-processing dialog box where I can choose the post processor I want to use and adjust some post settings. To choose the post I want to use, I'll first go to Setup and choose which post library I want to look in. The Personal Post library stores posts locally on my hard drive, and I would recommend navigating to the folder by copying the file path and pasting it into Windows Explorer. The Cloud Post library stores posts in the cloud like Fusion Designs. They are tied to my Fusion account and available to all the members of my Team Hub. Finally, the Generic Posts library contains over 100 generic posts for many different machines and controllers. I can filter specific post types using this drop-down menu on the right. If I want to make edits to a post, I can choose Open Config to open the configuration file. This lets me directly edit the JavaScript file and make any changes I'd like. I strongly recommend that this should be done with caution and appropriate testing after editing. Once I've selected a post, I can choose an output location for the file, choose the name, and input a comment if desired. I will have a chance to define the location and name at the time of the save as well. I can override the document units if necessary and set certain properties from this window. If I change a property, the property and its value appear bold and blue. If I change it back to the default value, the appearance is reset. If I'd like to review my code before sending it to the machine, I need to make sure Open NC in Editor is enabled. Now I'll hit Post to generate the code. I'll get one last chance to choose the save location and rename the file, and then the code will open in the default editor, brackets. I wasn't thrilled with the black and white appearance in the default bracket settings, so I wrote an extension that adds colors for important codes like G-codes, M-codes, and feeds and speeds. It's available to install by clicking on the Extensions button in the upper right corner and searching Simple G-code, where it will appear with an install button. If I have a G-code viewer or editor I would rather use than brackets, I can define that in Preferences. I'll click on my name in the upper right corner of Fusion, choose Preferences, and navigate to General CAM. The first option, External Editor, is where I can choose a different application to open the posted code. On Windows, I'll set this by selecting the exe file. For example, I'll set this to be Notepad++ by navigating to and selecting that exe file, then hitting Apply to save those changes. Now when I post code, it opens in Notepad++. The General CAM Preferences page is also where I need to enable cloud libraries if I want to save posts, tool libraries, and templates to the cloud. Now let's say I wasn't able to find a good generic post, and I don't have any personal post to choose from. There is also an online post library that is linked directly in the post-processing dialog box. When I choose this library, I'm taken to a web page where all the supported posts are listed, which includes all the generic posts, plus less widely used and many machine-specific posts, like this Haas ST20. In addition to filtering by type, I can also filter by time since the last update or vendor. I can also do a text search to find a specific post, like this RoboDrill post. Then I can use the download link to save directly to the Personal Posts folder. Also on this page is the Post Processor Forum for all HSM products, including Fusion 360. I can get there by selecting Forum at the top of the page and then navigating to the Post Processor Forum. There are questions and answers from users and Autodesk employees alike. There's also a search option to quickly find the specific machine, issue, or question. So while I know I have a Cloud Post library, I haven't seen a way to get post configurations into it. To manage the Cloud Post library, I'll open up the data panel and go to the bottom of my projects list where there's a new project titled Assets. Inside this project, there's a folder, CAM Post, where I can upload post files just like other data I want to get into Fusion 360. I only have one post in here, so I'll add some more by clicking Upload and selecting some posts from my personal folder. Once they're uploaded, I'll see them as choices when I go to Post and select the Cloud Post library. Once my code is posted, I'm ready to take it to the machine and make some chips.